Hello, I'm Toycat, and 2 weeks ago we got our first look at the first features in the Copper update. This is going to be the full drop, the next game drop coming to Minecraft, and we had absolute radio silence for 2 weeks following that, and then, interestingly today, we got a new beta and preview that shows us exactly what's going next, and if you were expecting sugarcane changes, well, that's quite interesting, isn't it? So it is a Wednesday, it is a week and a bit later than expected, and so of course I'm here in an airport like usual when Minecraft does something unexpected, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what has changed in the world of Minecraft, both in terms of the Bedrock version and in terms of the slightly more confusing Java version right now. This is your Minecraft news coming at you from an airport, and if you're familiar with the channel, you know exactly what's happening here. If you are curious, by the way, I did in fact have a great birthday. I flew to the south of the Netherlands. I'm in Dutchland right now. Like many British people, I found myself in the Amsterdam airport though, at a time I wasn't expecting. And I'm going to walk to my gate, but I'm going to try and explain these 4 things to you. First of all, new beta and preview. 1.21.100.24. This is in fact out right now, and it's a really... it came out on a Wednesday, it came out over a week later than expected, and it came out with an entirely different set of features. I was sure they would just make some minor changes to the... One sec, there is a... I feel like I need to show you this. This is a... Wait, there's just like a wheelchair running around by itself. Sorry, should I get in that? Anyway, so be much easier for this video than having to do all this stabilization. Anyway, so I was very confused by what I found. So I'm just so fascinated by this. It's just going through the airport by itself. Sorry, that was beyond fascinating to me, but what is also fascinating in this preview, because where we were expecting them to make some fairly safe changes, just tweak copper here or there, what they actually decided to do, it's final boarding by the way, what they actually decided to do was they went for a bunch of changes to things that don't seem that related. So, for example, pistons pushing chests, there's now a bug that has been resolved. They made it so that when you are playing vibrant visuals, there's different camera effects that will work better, and sugarcane will now look like this when you go through it, instead of looking like... well, this, I guess. That's really fun. I love that they've decided that my sugarcane farm really needed its own update. I think that's super great. But even more fun, and also sugarcane affecting, is the fact that now the place that the visual item goes when you drop something on the ground has also changed. That is to say that it should go slightly higher, and therefore closer to the camera. Is that good news? Is that a good thing? I guess that's up for you to decide. But yeah, they basically decided to drop a beta and preview after 2 weeks that doesn't seem to focus on the copper drop. This is quite confusing to a lot of people, I would say. But what's even more, I would say that, a lot of people are expecting, like, oh, they're going to focus fully on the full drop. But I would say that they're either working on their next batch of features or changes, or they're not because of the holidays, and instead, therefore, they're kind of getting the 1.21.100 update out, because that is going to be kind of the next bug fix that is happening. And so speaking of bug fixes, because I think that's super interesting. There is also a brand new bug fix coming out for Java. There have not been any snapshots over there, kind of again hinting that the vanilla gameplay team are just, or the vanilla drop team, not really releasing things right now. But the game is still having to go through bug fixes, and so 1.21.8 has just entered its release candidate phase. This is a brand new update for the Java version of the game, and it's absolutely critical that they released this. It's great that the Java edition is getting its bug fixes. This one is focusing on graphical corruption and freezing issues that have been occurring on certain devices, particularly people using integrated graphics or AMD graphics cards. It's really nice that they're going ahead and doing this, because 1.21.7 was a small hotfix for 1.21.6, and in other words, what I'm saying is we've had 2 bug fixes now for Java, but they both have the exact same version as if they were a drop like 1.21.6. In other words, what I'm saying is the fact that we're getting another update is great news on a technical level, but on a marketing level, it makes absolutely no sense, because you have no idea if you're a Java player without diving into the changelog or diving into what Mojang does for marketing as to whether you're going to be getting a drop or a minor hotfix or actually a medium-sized hotfix that will introduce a brand new music disc. Lava Chicken is in fact in the game. There's just a little bit of confusion, and I think that honestly, the Bedrock version of the game is starting to get this too, because we had 1.21.90, which was the Happy Ghast update, then we had 1.21.92, which was basically not very much, and then 1.21.93 added a brand new disc that's actual gameplay changes. It's kind of crazy. Also, by the way, I should point out, on Monday, a brand new update came out called 1.21.94, but if you look at the changelog for this, so again, even if you know where to look to find out what's inside a Minecraft update, when the version goes up, all it says is that it's 1.21.93/94, and that there was a hotfix that came out that caused it was to fix entities in some marketplace packs reverting to their vanilla behaviors. And so, good news for anyone who was noticing that your marketplace packs were reverting to vanilla behaviors. That won't happen anymore. Honestly, this is a sign beyond anything else that drops in Minecraft cannot be versioned like bug fixes. Well, because I think most people, when they hear that there's a brand new update coming out, they think that it's related to, in this case, Copper, or the Happy Gas before that, or the Creaking way before that. But ultimately, I think that actually Minecraft just say, yeah, it's an update. You'll be able to find out what's in it if you go looking. But as someone who communicates with a lot of the public, who find out little bits here and there, a lot of you do watch all these videos, and so you know about this confusion. But if you don't know about the confusion, or even if you do but you forget for a bit, it's a bit hard to work out, like, so is this a major update? Do I care about this? And that's what I want to make sure I answer before this video is done. What is the deal with the next update? But first, I figured one of the fun things I've been doing in Bits videos is showing off popular suggestions that have come up on Reddit. And while I was gone, indeed in the Netherlands, I actually noticed that this post got 15,000 upvotes, weird equipment for monsters, and I wanted to share it with you because it's super fun. The basic idea here was simple. It's looking at Minecraft's past and noticing that adding new mobs, especially hostile ones, is hard, but adding variants of existing ones is something Minecraft finds to be very easy. So what if we had the door zombie, a zombie that had a wooden door they could use as a makeshift shield? This would be a great way to add some variety to what the zombie is doing. It explained why they want to break the door and what they do with those doors when they break them, and it's super fun, the idea that they could use this, protect themselves from arrows and other attacks, and kind of force you to do something a bit more interesting, rarely and occasionally. Then there's the barrel drowned and the pot husk, but my absolute favorite is the bee creeper, where they got their head lodged in a bee nest, noisier than other creepers due to emitting buzzing noises, and upon exploding they release a swarm of angry bees. Genuinely, doesn't that sound like a fun random event? In the same way that I don't think anyone is really ever that annoyed by the skeleton jockey, I feel the exact same thing about this. And then there's the suspicious spider, and finally the lantern bearer with a skeleton. Whether you like that last one or not is up to you, but I certainly think the idea of having slightly more variants off mobs that take advantage of modern Minecraft features would be a great way to integrate those into the game, because there is something weird about, I would say, the Minecraft boomers out there, but like, adding new ideas is hard to Minecraft because there are so many great ideas, but I think the Minecraft community can only really absorb so many. This is one of the interesting debates about drops. Some people say we get far too many changes, but a lot of people might say the opposite. I would say more people, certainly on this channel, where we hold the view that Minecraft is better when it has more features. So a lot of people think that Minecraft, isn't, it's getting too few features, but the reason why is that they add too many features, and people go a little crazy and like, I don't even recognize Minecraft anymore. What's the deal with this? And I think one of the clever ways to do that is have existing features have kind of variants added. That's my idea, or at least rather, that is the idea. Not of me, just to be clear, but that is the one that's been posted by this Reddit user. Thank you very much. And now I have to bring us into the end of this video, because there's one important question that I said I would answer, which is, what should you actually be excited for? What is actually coming next and when? Because it does seem like from Minecraft we're getting not that much communication, and the reason why is the summer holiday is continuing. Minecraft, as a studio, usually takes a holiday in the summer, but you don't really notice it as a community, because between June, the traditional release date of the yearly update, and around October, or September in recent years, basically in this 3-month gap, you just wouldn't hear anything from Mojang, and so you don't know if they're working and you can't see it, or if they're, busy on a holiday. But this year, it's been much more visible because of the drop system, and so it was really cool they got the Copper set of features out before they went on a little holiday, but it does seem as though anyone who is working on new vanilla features, or at least anyone who is able to release them, is currently on that holiday, which means, when will it end? Next week? The week after? We don't know, but expect to see more previews again, it seems. But will we expect to see new Copper-related features? Maybe not. That is the fun thing. Every week, it seems like it's a bit of a surprise, which is someone who wants to see brand new Copper features. It's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm still, I feel like if it's, in either case, the only thing I really care about is getting good communication, and right now, we are getting the communication, at least indirectly, that yeah, they're focusing on the bug fix update, not the main update. But yeah, to answer the final question from this video, what should you be excited for? Well, if you like sugarcane changes, changes, like me, obviously 1.20, 1.100. This is the next bug fix style update coming out for Bedrock, which is to say not a small hotfix, but one that actually will fix quite a few bugs and add some parity changes, and then it will also have an experimental toggle so that if you play on Switch, iOS, or you just don't really like bothering around with the beta, if you are that sort of player, you'll be able to play around with the copper features, which are in preview now. And then, as far as when should you expect the copper update, when should you expect the copper golem and all that stuff in the base game, no toggles for your long-term worlds, let's say, the answer is September. And so, yeah, that is the update to be excited about for both Java and Bedrock. On Bedrock, it will be called either 1.21.110 or 1.21.120, and on Java, we have literally no idea because they still need to reinvent the version system. Minecraft went from having big updates or small hotfixes to having big updates that don't seem to happen anymore, but maybe they will in the future, and then small drops which happen every 3 months, and then small hotfixes, but they haven't worked out a way to distinguish those last two things from each other, and hopefully they do soon. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that it was very quickly put together so I could get the news out to you as fast as possible. I hope that you found it to be interesting and useful. If you are curious what happened over the last couple of days, by the way, you might have noticed there's been no videos, streams. I think we got a short out. Yeah, usually I try to upload most days, if not every day. But the last couple, there's been a few projects that I've mostly finished on my end, but that I think just need a little bit more polish. I don't want to like release something when it's half-baked. And so that is what you're going to be seeing for tomorrow's video and then for the days after. Yeah, it's something that it kind of sucks, but I think putting out good videos is important, and hopefully it's something you notice when you watch them. Hopefully you think the videos are good. If you think they're bad, I think that's a compliment in a different way. But yeah, also speaking of compliments, I have for the last couple of days I've been away. I've been celebrating my 30th. I had one of those like disastrous evenings, but like, you know, disastrous in a fun celebrating way. And now I've come back. I've come back as a 30-year-old man, which means you can look forward to old man Minecraft videos starting from this point onwards. But yeah, more seriously, thank you to everyone who came along for the stream and was a part of that. It's something cool that I can share these things with you on the internet, and I'm glad that you're happy to receive them, or if you're not, you at least decide to do so anyway. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.